Assalamu alaikum, it's me, Salam Sabi, and I would like to thank everyone who inboxed me and sent me all of those really kind messages and congratulations on marriage. It's been good, it's been good, it's been good, good, good. Um, I had a few people ask me about marriage advice. Believe me, I'm probably the last person you need to be asking marriage advice from because um one thing I would say is that before you're married, you need to make dua. You need to there's a prayer which all Muslims know or should know. If you don't know, then it's time to find out about it. I can never say it right, but I'm going to spell it. Istikharah. A stock. I cannot say it, but basically, it's when seeking guidance and making a decision. And here it goes. Oh Allah, I seek your guidance in making a choice by virtue of your knowledge, and I seek ability by virtue of your power. And I ask you of your great bounty. You have power, I have none, and you know, I know not. You are the knower of hidden things. O Allah, if in your knowledge this matter is good for my religion, my livelihood, and my affairs, immediate and in the distant, then ordain for me, make it easy for me, and bless it for me. And if in your knowledge in this matter is bad for my religion, my livelihood, and my affairs, immediate and in the distant, then turn it away from me and turn me away from it, and ordain for me the good wherever it be, and make me pleased with it. And of course there's instructions, and so I made this prayer a few times. Some people do it only once. I did it a few times because I had a few sit downs with some other people, but of course I wasn't satisfied. And that prayer has a way of making things come up. It has a way of you discovering things about that person that you probably had no idea. Believe me, that prayer made some things come up really quick. Really, really, really quick. And of course, everyone who I was considering kind of fell away, or something came up that I didn't like. And the only person who I would say who was consistent was the person who I'm with now. He was very consistent. He was very honest. He never lied, from what I've seen. And he was just as cautious as I was, you know. He wasn't trying to run down the aisle. He wasn't making these insane promises. He was very honest. He told me about his finances. He told me everything that I needed to know. And also, before, we did have 3 counseling sessions, and a lot of things were clarified. That there were a few things that I was not sure about, and they were clarified. And I'm just glad that I met somebody who was honest and who was ready to actually have a marriage, and not a halal girlfriend. As we know, sometimes we Muslims, we marry just for a few months, or if we get lucky, a year, just so we can have a sexual partner, or just so we can have someone around. I was not marrying for halal sex. I was marrying because I'm ready to have a spouse in my life, and I'm ready to start a family, not right now, but in the next few years. And he was also. He had a bad experience in his first marriage, and he was also very cautious. Another piece of advice is that we did not rush. I was well acquainted with him by the time we decided to walk down the aisle, as you say here in the States. Things were well planned out. This was not somebody who I met and I married a month later. There's nothing wrong with that, but I've just noticed that the success rates are not that high. So I would prefer to take time and get to know him the halal way, and we did. I'm not gonna go into details because I think it's nobody's business, but we just took our time with each other, and I can't tell you how. I think I attended 3 marriages last year, and 2 of them have already separated, so only 1 is still intact, and I just did not want that for myself. I was told that I was picky. I was told that I was too hard, and I never stopped. I always kept my standards where I wanted them to be, and I eventually got what I wanted. And one thing people ignore is their gut instinct. If your gut instinct is telling you that something's not right, you may like him, but something just isn't right, you may want to listen to that gut instinct. Some people will say, oh, it's the shaitan. Everybody who I've spoken to who said, my gut told me not to marry him, they were right. If your gut, if your intuition is telling you not to really get with this person because something is not right, he or she may be wonderful people or appear to be, but something inside of you is telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. 9 times out of 10, usually your intuition is not wrong. So I don't care how perfect or how pious he or she claim to be, they may be hiding something that you don't know about, and your intuition is trying to tell you, knock knock, something's wrong. Sometimes we marry out of just the fact that we're tired of being alone. I did not really reach that point. I just knew that I had finally met the right person, and inshallah, our marriage will last a long time. But that was basically the point I reached. I just reached a point where I just felt in deep inside of my heart that I had finally met the right person, and that we were both being cautious, and that we both wanted to make sure that we were going to invest, our lives with each other. Like I said, we did go to 3 counseling sessions. We spoke with the imams. We had sit downs. It took a few months. It was not something that happened in a month or 2 or 3. It took some time, but it was worth it, alhamdulillah. And I wish all of the other single sisters, I wish them patience, and inshallah, they'll be able to use the prayer and use their gut and their intuition to help them see if that's the actual spouse that they want. This also applies to males. I take marriage very seriously, and that is why I just could not marry just a random person. So hope that helps you. Assalamu alaikum.